Hi, it's Deborah here from Handmade, and I'm going to show you today how to make one of these little fan wing bird decorations for Christmas. So what you're going to need is, first of all, you're going to need a bird shape cut out of double-sided card. If you haven't got double-sided card, then because it'll be seen from both sides, you probably need to perhaps stick two cards together and cut it out. So nice simple bird shape like this, and then what you're going to need to do is to put in a slit here, and that is about 2 centimeters long, and that's where the wing is going to go through, and then a little hole above the slit, which is where your hanging cord is going to go through. So in addition to that, you're then going to need your wing. So what I normally use is a piece of book page, and I've just trimmed off the side to neaten it. And this piece is about 14.5 centimetres by 23 centimetres. Obviously it doesn't need to be exactly that, but it does affect the length of the hanging cord you need. So I'll explain about that later. So that's going to be your wing. You then need a piece of cord, which you're going to use to hang it up. And in addition to that, you will then need a couple of tools and bits of equipment. So you need either some PVA glue or a Pritt stick, something like that, because you're going to glue the two sides of the wing together at the top. And these are the implements I used. I used a little knife to make the slit on the card, and I used a tiny hole punch to make the little hole at the top. Obviously just use whatever you've got. So the first thing you're going to do is to pleat your book page, and that's just a question of folding and then turning over and folding again and carrying on all the way up until you have a nice concertina of your book page. So I've got one here. The important thing is to make sure that your pleat size is just slightly smaller than the hole, because that's got to fit through. Now what you can see here, you might be able to see, is that I've got a little bit that is left over, and I don't want to have a tiny little pleat, so I'm just going to trim that off. Right, so I've got something that is now going to fit nicely through the slit, and that's basically all that I'm going to do now, and that's just fitted through there. And I'm now going to take my bit of cord and put that through the hole at the top. And this is, I don't know if I said this earlier, for this size of book, this is a 22 centimetre piece of cord. So I'm just going to tie a knot in that quite close to the top and trim it off. And now this is the only bit where you just need to be a little bit careful. What you want to do is you want to bring the two ends, so you need to fold this in the middle and bring the two ends up together to meet. So a little bit of a fold there. Those need to go up together to meet. And you need to make sure that your cord is long enough to fit round the top there, because that's going to be outside the page. So it's outside there and outside there to hang up. And all we're going to do now is we're just going to put a tiny little bit of glue on the top there, just to hold that page together. So I have got, here we go, a little bit of glue. Put that together, and then probably do with a cloth to wipe that off. And then I've got a little clip here, so I'm just going to clip that together. and then hang it up and leave it to dry. So I'm just going to hang that up there with his clip on. You can see he's got a clip on there. Just hang that up and leave it to dry. And then when he's finished, he looks just like the one we looked at earlier. And what is particularly nice about these birds, apart from they look very pretty, if you fan the wings out, they look very pretty on the tree or hanging, but they also fold flat. So you can fold them flat, put them into a cellophane bag if you wanted to send them to somebody, or if you wanted to obviously store them for next year. And you can do all sorts of colours. I've got some various different colours here. And obviously you can do different things for your wings as well. So you could perhaps use sheet of music, old music. Again, it's important that it's double-sided because you're able to see both sides. Anyway, so that's how to make a little fan wing bird. Hope you have fun with that. Bye.